Hey, shalom, shalom. Anak na waha ay bar Allah walakim la'atam. Call shabawai baharacha wa kakshaw yabashmi al. Hey, with Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashmi Shah to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. Nacham Atam, Kaya Hamalakwath, Hashemayim, Korab. Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Laim La Yahweh Bahashmi Shah, Basham Cha HaKodash, Wamashana Kabadim Zakoyim Nawa, Wamalakim Shoya Shalaz Zakoyim Chagadawal. Wachasa, Washalawam, Wabarakim, Lahabachaya, Shagawa Shalawam. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists. Bahashim, in the name Yahweh Shai delivers. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. All right, so I just want to go into a couple scriptures, get into the woman of the nation of Yasha'Allah. All right, you Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitian, and Israelite foreigner woman, you see, starting from the tribe of Judah, But I couldn't find the particular article that I was looking for, but it was actually like a some type of meme on Instagram, but just going into like food stamps, how they taking away like the extra benefits for like the food stamp and these different types of assistance programs, which if I'm not mistaken, they also did it in like Georgia. And Georgia also said, if you're not married, you can't get no more Section 8. You see, so the goodies is being taken away. This one says Governor Ducey requests changes to food assistance program. Scroll down some. This says pandemic SNAP benefits ending February, March 2023. So, as this economy is starting to go down, the different benefits and all the the different things that Babylon had to offer, basically those that need assistance. And who's mostly in need of assistance? The Israelite woman, you see, because Esau, took out the strong man being the Israelite man, So that put the woman in a position to where she was using these different governmental assistance agencies and programs and stuff like that, And again, they gonna cut out all these different types of programs, because America they did something with the debt limit, or they might have reached a debt limit. But basically, the economy is through, It's going over into that transition to where they going digital, So the dollar is about to collapse. All right, so let's get some precepts. This is Yeshaya, also Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." All right, when you go into the word rise, it's kwawam. All right, and kwawam means to stand. All right, so what's going to allow us to stand as a people? America, Babylon the Great, is known as Babal, which is confusion. All right, and that confusion, what comes with that confusion is low morality. All right, so what's going to allow us to stand up as a nation is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, and this is getting into the women, because the women take hold of these low this low morality. Let's go to get a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 1. It says, "Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Yerushalayim, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust." All right, that comes with this arising. It says, "Arise and sit down, O Yerushalayim, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion." All right, and what allows us as a people, you see, but we're specifically getting to the Israelite woman right now, is going to be the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. Let's keep going in that. This is Isaiah 32. And back at verse 9, it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." All right, and where are they the most at ease? In Babylon the Great. Hear my voice, which comes by the servants, the prophets. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. All right, so the things that they was invested in, the things that that they continue to put their time into, these degrees, 911, SNAP, deception, is no longer going to work. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, gird sackcloth upon your loins. You see, while Esau, Edom is getting exposed, these women is getting exposed as well. All right, let's get another one. This is 2nd Isaiah, also Ezra chapter 16 and verse 33. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right, so all the men that Eve had on her coattail, so to speak, they're going to perish from the war, all right, and the various different places that the Lord has out here. All right, so she's going to be left with two options, to repent or perish. All right, and for the overwhelming majority of women, a lot of these women is going to perish, Let's get another one. This is Micah, chapter 7. In verse 10, it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it. All right, who's the enemy of the Israelite man? Let's go to that. This is Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. All right, so let's get into the Israelite woman. All right. So going back to Micah chapter 7 and verse 10, it says, then she that is mine enemy, referring to the Israelite woman, shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the street. All right. And, a lot of Israelite women are in that spirit, talking shit, so they're going to be trodden down. When you go into the word trodden down, it comes from the Hebrew word, salak. Let me see. Let's go to it. It says, maramas, which means trampling. So they're going to be trampled down in the street, treated like shit. It says a treading down, something to be trodden down with the feet. You see? So the Israelite woman's going to be judged, man, for her adverseness, first and foremost to the Lord, the backsliding, you see, and also how she's treated the Israelite man. All right, let's get another one. This is Yeshaya, also Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. All right, so those that is taking hold, this chapter is getting into Babylon. All right, it's going into Babylon. Those that don't want to escape, or those that don't want to be those that want to be basically trapped up into the American dream, you see, which the rest of the world took on the ideology of the American dream. Those that love captivity, those that don't want to leave captivity, this is what's going to befall them. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them, unto that ideology that didn't repent, them shall fall. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. They're going to be destroyed. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled. All right. And a lot of women, going into how everything is set up, they live by themselves, being that they take on these Section 8s and what have you, so they're not really prepared to defend themselves, man. All right. So the two-third niggas out here, they're gonna take advantage of that, It says, and their wives ravish. All right, let's go into that. It comes from the Hebrew word shagal. It says to violate, to be ravished, or to copulate with. We know what that's getting into. They're going to be violated, man, because they didn't want to repent. All right. Let's go to 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 1. Oh, shit. 2 John 1 and 1. It says, the elder unto the elect lady and her children, whom I love in truth, and not I only, but also they that have known the truth, All right. So it's going to be Bacharyim Zah woman. All right. So it's going to be elect. That's woman. All right. That's how you would say it in Hebrew. It says, read it again. It says the elder unto the elect lady, and and her children, whom I love in truth, and not I only, but also have that they that have known the truth. All right, so it's gonna be elect women. All right, and they're going to have repented from that pride, and the whoredoms. All right, that pride going into the lifestyle they learn in captivity. Putting the woman first. Like Jaheim said. Putting themselves first. That selfish type attitude. They're gonna repent from all that. All right, the elect lady. All right, let's get another one. They're going to repent from that because they're going to see all the judgment going out, and the Lord is going to put a special type spirit on them to where they're in line. All right. This is Yeshaya chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right. And during that time period, Yaakov Tazarah, Jacob's trouble, that's how women are going to be protected. That's how some women are going to be protected, from the destruction. And it says we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, or eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Because right now, to get a woman, you got to take her out, take her out on a couple dates, do, certain things, act a certain type of way, so to speak. So it's not going to require all those gimmicks, man. They're just going to want to be protected in that day. All right. Let's get another precept. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. All right, so some woman is going to be saved through childbearing, all right, and through their faith, all right, which, this culture, how American society is ran, it doesn't equate to salvation, so these women are going to have repented, and they're going to have the faith that's needed in order to be delivered, all right. And again, that's going to be the lot, of some women, some of the elect women. All right, let's get an example of that, of a, a woman with good works. All right, this is Acts chapter 9 and verse 36. Because this is what, a woman, a virtuous woman, the works of a virtuous woman would have. Those that are the women that are going to be delivered. They're going to go from the mindset of captivity, and go over to a virtuous woman. All right, so this is some of the characteristics. This is Acts 9 and 36. It says, now there was at Joppa a certain disciple named Tabitha, which by interpretation is called Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and alms deeds which she did. So I'm going to see what it says in. So Tabitha, that would be Tazabia, which is female gazelle. All right, but let's keep going. It says, this woman was full of good works and alms deeds which she did. And it came to pass in those days that she was sick and died, whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chamber. And for as much as Lydia was nigh unto Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, desiring him that he would not delay to come to them. Then Peter arose and went to them. When he was come, they brought him into the upper chamber. And all the widows stood by him weeping, and shewing the coats of garments with Dorcas made while she was with them. But Peter put them all forth, and kneeled down and prayed, and turning him to the body said, Tazabia, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. And he gave her his hand and lifted her up. And when he had called the saints and widows, presented her alive. And it was known throughout all Joppa, and many believed in the Lord. All right. And it's going to be, things like that happening in these days, you see. But Tazabia had good works, you know. So, again, that's a characteristic of, a woman of the Lord. She's going to have those good works. All right. Let's go to Mattathiah, also Matthew chapter 7 and verse 17. It says, even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. It says, even so every tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. All right, so trees being symbolic to men in the scriptures, in some parts of the scriptures. All right, so it can be, it's chiefly getting into the men, but it can also be applied to a woman. All right, it says, even so, even every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. All right, so a wicked woman is going to have wicked characteristics. All right, she can talk however she talks. She can say righteous things, you see, but it's going to be what type of tree she is going to be shown in what she produces. How she acts, her actions. All right, it says, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth evil fruit. So a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. All right. It says, every tree that bringeth forth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. All right, so this applies to men again. All right, and it can also be applied to women. All right, so you can see if someone has good works, you're going to see if they're trying to, and if they're sincere. All right, but first and foremost, the Lord is definitely going to see it. The Lord, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The Lord sees everything, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so those good works, them good trees, those good women, they're going to be seen. It's not going to go unnoticed and unrewarded. You see, so being that lifestyle was pushed in America, Babylon the Great, that doesn't mean that you, as a woman, you can't repent, and be a virtuous vessel. You see, so I brought this out. I was edifying. Call her like Mla Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bashim Kakadash. Hey, double honor to the elders and apostle Great Millstone that told me the truth and rule well, and much respect to you brothers out there pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, how you want to watch, shalom.